You taking a strap? I'm strapped up.
Seven, what was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 276 of the Strat Season podcast. Back again with another episode for you guys. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know the drill by now. Please head over to our streaming platforms. You'll find the link in our Instagram bio or our Twitter bios, and that will take you to where we're situated streaming-wise. Click on that link. You should see Spotify links, Apple Podcast links, if that's what you fancy, audio-wise. And then visuals, you've got the YouTube channel link there as well, TikTok link as well, all that good stuff, guys. I want you to like, subscribe, interact with myself and Flowz. We're always eager to engage with you guys when it comes to boxing. It's our favorite topic in the world, sometimes. Flowz, hope you're good, my boy.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
Surviving.
Yeah, this is the reason why we're not, as you know, we record in person these days, but the reason why we're back on the virtual thing, illness is, Mr. Flowz ain't feeling too good. That's cold, isn't it? Listeners, make sure you stay warm because it's cold out there, man. Don't want to be ill for Christmas. But illnesses aside, we're here, ready to deliver some good boxing talk for you guys. Flowz probably should write that we start. Obviously, we had a good card. Well, we had two fights to talk about, actually. Not even cards, because I saw the two fights. Let's start with Boxer. Making their debut on BBC. The return of Ben Shalom and his Boxer imprint. It's the first card, first time since, I think they said the 30s, Flowz, I think, that we'd seen boxing televised on BBC. So yeah, the return of big time boxing on TV for BBC, which means it's free, obviously. And this card was in Derby, I believe, headlined by two British heavyweights fighting for the British title. Frazer, Clarke, Big Fraze, and Jeamie TKV. You know, I tuned in for this, Flowz. Obviously Saturday night entertainment, you know, and it's free. Two heavyweights. I expected a slobber knocker. And Flowz, it's kind of what I was treated to. This fight was entertaining, not for the fact that we saw amazing boxing skills and amazing, you know, boxing on display. It was entertaining for the simple fact that you've got two big boys slanging and banging. Ain't getting much. I didn't tune in to see footwork. I didn't tune in to see skills and head movement and whatnot. I expected to tune in to see two guys throwing haymakers, and that's exactly what I got. So I was thoroughly entertained in the fight, Flowz. But yeah, man, let's talk about it. We expected Frazer Clarke to win this, right? We said, I think last week, that we predicted Frazer Clarke to win. It didn't quite go that way, did it? It didn't quite go that way.
No.
Have you caught up with the fight as well? Because obviously you was, yeah.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts initially? What were your thoughts?
We've said this a million times on the pod now. British title fights are classics. Thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah.
Look, good fight. Like you say, they both stood in front of each other, went at it from round one. I was saying ooh and ah because yeah, they were cracking each other. Thought it was a good fight, but yeah, my gosh, Frazer Clarke's inside defense might be the worst.
Damn.
Worst I've seen in a long time. His inside fight. Offensive, he was the one kind of pushing the action, Frazer Clarke, to start with, give him that. But he was way too easy to get caught on counters, to be hit on the inside and rocked and wobbled. But what were your thoughts?
Bro, Frazer Clarke started that fight like he had someone to be. Obviously, I don't know if you paid much attention to the preamble, Flowz, but things got a bit spicy towards the end, leading up to the fight on TalkSport. They started going at it, and Jeamie was coming at Frazer, and Frazer was basically saying, you know that guy, behave yourself, blah blah. So I kind of expected it to start a bit spicy, and Frazer started quick. He pushed the action straight away. I was actually quite surprised at how quick he started, Flowz. I thought he would take his time to warm into it, but he was throwing haymakers from round one, like he had someone to be, that he wanted to get TKV out early. And to be honest, I kind of see why, and I'll explain later on. But yeah, man, from the first round, Flowz, they were going at it, especially Frazer Clarke. He was really going for TKV, pushing him back, sinking the big shots in, body shots and whatnot, somewhere on the belt, somewhere a bit low. But he was really looking to try and get TKV out of there. And I'm there thinking, boy, two things. One, TKV needs to respond fast. And two, Frazer, from what I've seen of you, you do not have a tank. So you better be careful and you better make sure you get this guy out of here now. Because what I've seen from you and what transpired is exactly what I expected to see. So, yeah, Flowz, I think from round 3 or whatever, TKV kind of woke up and started, I think, returning fire with fire and was basically like, nah, I'm not just going to stand here and let you just overwhelm me with punches. And then he started to actually like go as well. And that's what made it enjoyable because I think from by round 6, both of these guys were blown out their ass. Both of these guys were fried. Especially Frazer Clarke, I think was blown from round 3. So I think from like round 4, 5, 6 onwards, it was definitely one of them sessions where big bodies leering each other, hugging up each other. They'll have a little flurry, and then the action will pause because they're both so knackered and they're pushing each other and whatnot. But during that, obviously, that's when the fight became a proper close quarters action fight, Flowz. And TKV, to me, was just getting the better of Clarke. TKV is someone who is actually better than people give him credit for. We kind of saw the way he was outboxing David Adelaide. I'm not going to say he's amazing, but he's actually better than what people, I think, give credit for. Yeah. And to me, he was showing better IQ in there compared to Frazer Clarke. Better shot selection, better... Even though there wasn't much movement from both guys, TKV had just a bit more movement that was better, a bit more cuter with his work and his shot selection, and I think the quality really showed. You mentioned that Frazer Clarke, you probably think that's the worst inside defense that you've seen in a long time. Bro, that inside defense was non-existent. Bro, he wasn't even trying to not get hit. It was crazy to me. It was crazy to me.
TKV threw landed on the inside.
Crazy to me.
Yeah. Poor. And especially when he was the one who was keen to do the inside fight. Remember, Frazer Clarke's a bigger man.
Yep.
He if he wanted to, and he's got the Olympic boxing background.
Facts.
He could have boxed and moved if he wanted to. His movement ain't great, but he, like you say, it sounded like his game plan was to try and blow him out of there. He came in, was investing to the body very early, which I thought was, when I'm watching that, I think, yeah, this is a good strategy because
Facts.
You look at TKV's physique, his builds, you think he's not, and he hasn't gone 12 rounds before, or maybe he's done it once before, I think, TKV. I think this was his second 12-round fight.
Right.
So you're thinking, that might be a good tactic. So I was like, okay. But when you're getting pieced up on the inside as quickly as that, might as well go back to, okay, I'm getting touched too often here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. Some things were good, some things were terrible from Frazer Clarke. I think it made for a good fight, but TKV impressed me again. We saw how he was treating your cousin until he got stopped.
Still related. Keep going.
And some of the shots he was picking today and his resilience, this fight, and his resilience was impressive. So yeah, TKV's kind of crept onto the scene. I didn't know much about him at all, to be honest. So he's shown he's got some ability. But to be fair, look, we've kind of labelled this crop of heavyweights already. The Frazer Clarkes. Again, watching that fight again, I don't want to be mean, but watching that fight again, I said, bar Moses Toma, who has got a crazy carry job to do for British heavyweight boxing once AJ and Fury dip. This current crop of this new crop of British heavyweights, this new gen, shall we call them? It's not it, man. It's not it. For me, I don't want to be mean. It's not it, bro. It's not it at all. It's not it. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. I think that's harsh. I wouldn't say they're not it. They're just not wild level.
It's not it, bro.
Because
I'm saying it from now. It's not it.
I just thought they're not going to make it to the top. What I will say is they're going to give us great fights between each other.
So it's not it then. If they're not making it, it's not it.
For me,
okay, they're not making it to elite level. So that means it's not it. Yeah, it's not it.
Because I'm gonna. There's not it is me. I don't even want to tune in or watch you. That you should retire. But these lot can scrap. They're gonna give us good fights. They're gonna knock each other out. They're gonna give each other dents in their heads. They're gonna do all of that. But they're not touching.
I hear that. That's cool. That's true. Yes, I'll probably still tune into their fight. But I'm still interested in who can carry the flag post AJ and Fury. These are two champions. Post Dylan White, for example, who we know is finished now, but at one point he was in that elite crop as well, or elite world level, if you know what I mean. I don't see any of these guys making it to world level at this point. I'll be honest, and that's no shade to them. It's just you either have it or you don't. But it's a shame that I think Britain went through a good heavyweight renaissance, obviously carried by Fury, carried by AJ, but then you got French guys like not Joe Joyce, but Dylan White, for example, who are in and around those guys, in and around that mix. And it's a shame that really, apart from Italma, I guess you can put Wardley in that bracket now as well, because he's officially a world champion, even though we said what we said about Wardley. But yeah, the rest of them though, boy. Okoye can probably steal a world title, to be fair. But yeah, man, it's just, yeah, it's a shame.
David Adelaide could too. I mean,
no, he couldn't.
He needs those two back. He gets his get back from Wardley and Hrgovic, and then he's right back in the mix.
That guy named 4 L's. He named Adelaide thinks he's above these guys, apparently. So he's not interested in fighting the. He says he's not interested in fighting the winner, and then we want to fight Wardley, Hrgovic, Frank Sanchez. So that's 3 L's, and he said he's willing to fight Okoye, and that's probably an L2. No offense to you, David Adelaide. I'll always tune into your fights though, because you're entertaining.
That's a future world champ.
Hey, if Adelaide wins, I'll be happy. That's a funny world champion right there. I'll be happy.
That would be the best day.
That'd be so funny because you know he's gonna talk. Yeah.
That would be one of the greatest days of boxing for me, man.
How can you say one of the best days ever for you in boxing?
The smoking talk that's gonna come from me. Oh my goodness.
Crazy. But back to Clarke and TKV, bro. Yeah, so it wasn't a good performance overall. Like I said, Clarke's engine, bro. He was cooked from round 6. Tired, but breathing heavy. And I think, bar the first couple early rounds, TKV took over and just started to, I guess, outwork him and outbox him, we even call it outbox him, outgrit him, threw more than him, landing the better shots. And as you said, because Clarke was so easy to hit, it kind of made for, to me, a simple, easy decision on the scorecards. And then we see in round 11, bro. Clarke's kind of had the round from hell. He wasn't, I don't know how hurt he was, but because he was so fatigued, bro, the way, obviously, TKV's caught him with shots, and Clarke is, you know when your phone's on low battery, you're on red. His meter was on red, bro. He was struggling in that 11th round, and he barely made it back to his corner. He was looking like a zombie in there. We see in round 12 now, before we go into the round, his trainer's even shouting at him, saying, listen to me, like do you hear me? Do you hear me? The trainer even said, I'm going to throw in the towel. Angel Fernandez said, I'm going to throw in the towel. And that's when he kind of woke up a little bit, because he was a zombie in there. Zombie. So yeah, that kind of, I think, solidified and put a cherry on the cake for TKV and his performance. And like I said, Clarke was raising his hand in the end. I said to myself, I don't know why you're raising your hand, but you definitely lost that fight. And even though one of the judges saw it in favor of Clarke, the other 2 judges overruled that judge, and we see TKV coming away with a split decision win and the new British title winner. Unexpected, like we said, but he deserved it. He fully deserved it. Question to you, Flowz. Obviously, you watched it. I'm assuming you thought that TKV won as well, right?
Yeah. I think it was clear in the end.
Flowz, I think this is a bad loss for Frazer Clarke, I think it's a bad loss for him. I say that because he was expected to beat TKV, to get past TKV. You look at like I said, the tools are in his favor. You stated them earlier. Bigger man, much more decorated amateur background, Olympian. He didn't win a medal, did he? Did he win a medal? Nah. You look at me like that. Nah. He didn't win a medal,
I
but
don't
he
think
was.
he did that.
But he was at the Olympics. I think he was captain of team. Wasn't he captain of the team or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
he was captain. Yeah, he was captain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was. Yeah, someone I think obviously we know he's older, 34, but yeah, we know he's older, but he they tried to move him on quite quickly due to his age. But I guess because of his extensive amateur background, they could afford to moving forward. So it was one of those ones where I think Flowz, he was expected to dispatch someone like TKV quite comfortably. I'll be so real. Just to separate himself from the pack, from the rest of these guys, a little bit. And maybe the next one up, post Wardley. Like I said, I wanted the winner to fight Adelaide anyways. But, at least I can stake his claim for that. And he fell short, bro. And it wasn't a good performance, let's be real. He was tired by the midway point. The defense was really bad. I think he boxed way worse than we saw against we watched the first Woodley fight, remember, Flowz? We were there.
Yeah.
And we were actually quite impressed with Clarke, how he came into it, how he started out boxing Woodley, which obviously Woodley's prone to being out box, but he looked pretty assured, I would say. So in this fight, Flowz, it's like all that got out the window. And I think it was a bad performance, Flowz. I don't know. At 34, I think he's 34 anyways, Flowz. Where does he go next?
Yeah, it's tough. Look, I don't know. It is a bad loss because he was expected to win, but a lot of people had this closer leading up to it than maybe we did. Possibly because, again, I'm not as familiar with Jeamie TKV.
Yeah.
And he kind of got stopped. Controversial. I guess it was controversial.
It was,
but he lost to David Adelaide, and if you're looking at the landscape, then okay, if you can't beat Jeamie the TKV, then maybe you can't beat David Adelaide. And if you can't beat David Adelaide, where do you go? Really? That's two big losses. One was a horrendous stoppage.
Yeah.
There's not too much out there. But look, he did he beat? I guess Dave Allen's made a return, so you could maybe fight him.
Right.
Dylan White's on the decline.
Would Dylan White go so low?
Maybe
you have to. I've just seen an interview. I don't know if you saw the interview with Dylan White, where obviously he talked about how Team McCauley offered him bread.
Yeah.
They offered him $1 million, and he turned it. He was like, "You got to come with more than that." Frazer Clarke started bringing in $1 million.
Yeah, White's trying to cash out then. Fair.
Of course he is.
Where's Joy Joyce at? I'm not saying Frazer Clarke's going to win that, but look, you've got there's names out there for him to beat and put you back on the map, because you're losing to people with uses Jeamie TKV, who's less of a name. There's bigger names that you could maybe navigate, maybe steal a win against, who are on the decline. They could potentially beat. So I look, even David Adelaide, even though he keeps saying he's passed all these guys and whatnot, he's fighting people we don't really know their names at the minute.
Yep.
So look, there's still fights out there. Look, David Allen, wherever Joy Joyce is at, those two are potential names for him.
He's beat Dave Allen already, you know that, so that'd be a rematch.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has. And Dave Allen's on the rise. Johnny Fisher, is he still fighting, or is he called it a day?
He's fighting this weekend, actually. I mean, this coming weekend, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Fisher, he's part of that crop. He was almost part, he didn't quite make that crop, in fact. We didn't quite even put him in the crop. Kind of excluded him for that as well. So, but yeah, that's a potential win for him, as well. So there's options. I wouldn't say, but like you say, he's 34. Another loss, then it's peak. But
boy, yeah,
he can maybe do a warm up and then run into one of them lot as a name, and clock's ticking really.
Crazy. But this fight shows he's not past British level. He can't hang past British level. And for someone who they're trying to move on quick, Flowz, because of his age, it's not good, man. It's not good. So I don't think he's got to be very careful. His next opponent's got to be chosen super carefully, Flowz, because he can't afford any more slip-ups if he's going to make it at least past British level anyways. But yeah, damn. TKV though, Flowz, obviously great win for him. Big win for him. he can now stake his claim for a Adelaide rematch, for example, which I'm sure he does want. And yeah, like I said, he's better than people give him credit for. He's actually quite competent. He's got a decent boxing brain, what I could see. Is there anyone you want to see him fight next, in particular, or where would you like to see him go next? Is it an Adelaide rematch?
Yeah, I think that's the one everyone wanted to see, really.
Adelaide tried to do that, man.
Yeah, it was scheduled. It was slated to happen. It was slated, and then
then the Hogovich fight came. Yeah.
I think that's what happened. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, Adelaide seems to think he's on, bigger and better things right now. But I think, there's needle there. Might as well set up, make it happen. I think that makes sense.
I hear it. Cool. Also, final point on this show. What are your thoughts on the Boxer's debut show on BBC? Any particular thoughts or no?
I watched it on BBC iPlayer.
Yeah.
How many fights were there?
Five or six. 5 or 6. So I think the first 4 or whatever fights were on iPlayer, and I think the final 2 fights is when it moved over to BBC Two.
Okay.
But I only tuned in from obviously the main event. So yeah.
Look, it's good to have more options for boxing, especially in this world of pay-per-views, subscriptions, whatnot. I think BBC is a good platform just to have fights available.
Casual viewing. Casual viewers.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah.
I think we've had it on Channel 4 in the past, or Channel 5 in the past. Channel 5 in the past.
Yeah.
ITV has done boxing.
Yep.
So all these free view channels, I think it's good to have something on there. Look, they didn't quite do Sky Boxing dipped so badly that they're out of boxing. It seems like.
And Hearn likes to say that's Shalom's fault. They drove Sky away from boxing. Hearn is so rude to Benny though. He's so peak. He's so rude to him.
Look! Shout out to boxing because despite all the troubles, they did give us Card versus
Yeah. They did.
And Shaw's v Marshall.
Yes. Yeah. Look,
let's give them the props. They gave us 2 fights, 1 years after we wanted it, but they gave us Shields v Marshall. They gave us the first Clarke v Wardley. That was a bang. Look, they put us some good fights. The truth is, Turkey's finished the Sky Boxing. It was Turkey with the Riyadh season and linking up with the Zone. I think that's what's kind of damaged the UK scene to a degree. But I have no issues with BBC delving into boxing. I think it's good for it.
Yeah. Cool. I mentioned briefly, so Johnny Fisher is fighting. He's fighting in Matchroom have a card on Monaco this Saturday, and Johnny Fisher is on the undercard for that fight. Not too familiar with his opponent, but comeback Joe, I guess. Obviously, it's the Dave Allen loss, so good luck to him. He's against Herbert Matovu. That guy has 1 loss in his resume as well. And that card has been headlined by Shabazz Massoud against Peter McGrail. Sticking with the UK flows, Matchroom also had a show. Their debut show. Ben Whittaker's debut for Matchroom. The Surgeon, as he's affectionately known as, Marmite. He was up against an opponent called Gavazi. Didn't know much about him, just know that he'd also had 1 loss. He had 1 loss in his resume. Expected Ben Whittaker to come through, and come through. Did he do that, Flowz? He's gotten this guy out of there in 1 round. Destructive performance, dropped him, and then pieced him up and dropped him badly. The guy swore in his back, face up. You already knew it was a wrap. Very destructive, dirty knockout, to be honest. Very, very good knockout. Man, what can we do? He did what he had to do. Great day for his debut at Matchroom. I think that's exactly what was called upon him to do, to look flashy. There was no showboating, Flowz. He just got straight down to business, seemed focused. And to be honest, Flowz, he wasn't doing much initially, but the first time he decided to open up, tagged this guy and dropped him. So that already told me that, this guy can't hang at all. Levels being shown. And then he opened up again and got him out of there. That being said, bro, yeah, this fight hasn't told me anything about Ben Whittaker, to be honest, because obviously it's fine because we've questioned his power at light heavyweight before on his pod. And even though he's gone on, stopped his guy, this is a guy that, one, nobody knew, but also I noticed as well, there was a tweet, I think I saw a tweet online. Obviously, the Whittaker haters were out in full force, and they dissected this opponent's resume. And obviously, we'd seen on this opponent's resume that there's a bunch of guys who have like losing records, for example. We've said so many times in this pod, ain't we, that in boxing, it's so easy to have an inflated stat padded record. So easy. Like this guy had loads of knockouts in his resume, only one loss. You're thinking, oh, okay, on paper, this could be a good matchup. But obviously, you look at the quality of opposition that he's fought, then you can be like, fair enough. Hence why Ben Whittaker cooked him, because he's not, levels. But yeah, it was an opponent that he was expected to, I think it was excellent matchmaking for Matchroom. An opponent for him to look good against, which he's done that. That's great for them. And it's not until when he fights actual better opposition that we can actually look at him again properly and see, okay, does he have pop to his punches? Does he have power, etc.? Because this guy was kind of like food. So yeah, but great win. And ring walk was great with Dizzy Rascal. That was cold as well. Happy that he got the W. But yeah, what were your thoughts on Whittaker's performance and what he did?
Yeah, it's the best possible outcome for Ben Whittaker. First round stoppage. What we've been critical of Ben Whittaker in the past is toying with his food to the point where it's like, now you're struggling to get him out of there. It's like, okay, you're toying with your food for 2-3 rounds, get them out of there, and then he's not being able to get them out of there. And it's become boring. So that's where it becomes an issue with him. I didn't watch it live, so I see the highlights and I saw the stoppage. I was like, okay, it's a legit stoppage. Referee didn't hand it to you, which I think I mentioned last week. So yeah, legit stoppage. First round, impressive, gets the headlines, silences some of the haters, does what he needs to do. How many fights has Ben Whittaker had now?
Boy, let's check that now.
Because
Ben Whittaker,
we've been talking about him stepping up in opposition for a long time, and I don't think that's happened yet.
Gosh, where is he? Ben Whittaker. He has had 11 fights.
11 fights. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Now's the time to start stepping up in opposition. Because to be fair, there's still that Cameron question mark over his head. I'm not letting him off the hook.
Wait, what?
I'm not saying you should fight Cameron.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should run it back with Cameron, but that first fight, the way it ended, I haven't let slide.
With the fake jury. the fake jury.
The crazy behavior. Crazy. That question mark is still there. So we need another kind of test where it's not going his way and see how he reacts.
We just need to see him up against someone that's going to pressure him and actually like be on him again, and that's good as well. And then we can see really and truly what he's about. That's basically it.
In fact, they need to investigate that. I need to do this because my man was lying in the ring. Anyway, never mind. You guys saw what happened.
Yeah, funny as hell. But yeah. And then obviously the flexing online as well always kills me.
Yeah, I heard they wrapped him up while the fight was happening.
Yeah,
he robbed his house.
So he posted a video saying that his house got burgled. Whilst obviously he was at the fight, and he said, DM him if you know any information because he has awards for them. So I hope he's able to, wherever they took, I hope he's able to get that back. That seems like hell. But. Yeah, man, good win for him, regardless. Still don't think, because I think I saw a video of him calling out Yard or saying that, he wants to fight him or whatever next or soon. I don't think despite Yard's loss to Benavidez, I still don't think Ben Whittaker's quite there yet, just based on what I've seen so far. And the opposition that he's faced, I don't think he's ready for a Yard. I think maybe a couple more fights, maybe he can then catch a Yard. But as of now, I'll still say keep building him. Obviously, I think Eddie promoting him is going to be good for him. And I think the matchmaking will be quite, will be selected carefully, but quite well at the same time. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing the step up for Ben Whittaker, which will come shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah, I saw him say that. Oh yeah, Yard probably has Buatsi next, but he doesn't rule out a fight with Yard. That it could be like a passing of the torch kind of fight.
Yeah,
which is fair. So yeah, maybe not next, but at some point maybe.
Yeah, cool. Flowz, let's move over to America now next week because there is a big PBC card that is worth talking about. Yeah, so this PBC card is gonna be headlined by an old favorite of yours, Isaac Pitbull Cruz. He is gonna be fighting Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach is actually going up again to 140 pounds to challenge Pitbull Cruz for. I think Pitbull's got one of the interim belts. So Lamont Roach, who is still currently a champion at 130, but his last fight was against Tank, as we know. That was at 135. And now he's gone up to 140 to fight Pitbull Cruz. We know Lamont Roach was meant to fight Tank. You know, there was meant to be the rematch. Tank decided to do something else otherwise, which we ain't got to go into. But yeah, the rematch, we were robbed of that rematch. But credit Roach to, wanting to stay active and going up to 140. And I already know what Roach is thinking here. Obviously, what the game plan is. They're going to try and beat Pitbull better than Tank beat Pitbull, obviously, just to get conversations going again, quite clearly. And, I think Lamont Roach is capable of doing that. We saw the performance against Tank. Fantastic performance. Really showed that he can hang. I'm not the biggest fan of Pitbull Cruz. I don't think you are either. No, you are. You like that's you rate him. You rate him.
Chill out.
You said Mexican style, right? You rate Pitbull.
Oh man.
I think Pitbull is your bog standard Mexican pressure fighter. A good competent boxer beats a Pitbull Cruz every single day of the week. And Lamont Roach is a good competent boxer. More than competent actually. He's good. So yeah. Weight wise as well, Pitbull is short. So even though Lamont Roach is going up again, I think he can hang against someone like Cruz, who isn't necessarily the biggest 140 pounder. So yeah, I think it'll be a cracking fight. Pitbull's always in good fights because of the way he fights, but I do expect Lamont Roach to just be a bit too cute in there for him, bro. And he should take a coming over W, hopefully. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the fight, Flowz? Do you like it? Do you like the matchup? As an opponent, instead of Tank.
I think it's a good fight. I think it's a very good fight. I'm intrigued to see how it plays out. I think it's, I might even say it's a 50-50 for several reasons. In fact, for some of the reasons external to the boxers, judges, I put as a factor. I think they're going to side with Pitbull.
Pitbull style, yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll side with Pitbull. PBC need to do what they do. Yeah, so I think Roach has that to overcome. Obviously, he's moving up in weight. He has that to overcome. Pitbull, look, not that I don't dislike him. I dislike the way he was hyped.
Yeah,
that's purely it. I dislike how they made him something he's not. Good fighter. Not what they were claiming he was. Not a killer. Not a boogeyman. Not any of this. But yeah, he's strong enough. He could win. Is the truth. He could win. But yeah, I'd favor Lamont Roach. I expect the odds to be close. Like maybe Pitbull to be favorite. To be honest.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll take a look at the odds, and probably rightly so. But yeah, Roach can win, and if he performs, we know he can, then he should win. That's my view.
Yeah, no, fair. That is perfectly fair. Undercard Flowz is also good. Like I said, I think it's quite a good card for PBC. They're trying. They're not exactly winning, but they're trying to put these good cards on. We have a unification in the deadest division in boxing, the 160-pound division. Aries Landy Lara. It's my guy, man. It's my guy, man. From Quebec.
Quebec.
40-year-old Lara. 41, 42 maybe? He's defending he's got one of the belts against Janibek, who's got two of the belts. Janibek's probably the best at 160 pound, I think we could say. So yeah, finally, they're getting the unifications on. Janibek has been calling for the other champions for time, to be fair, on his Twitter, or whoever's running his Twitter. He's always going with Adamez and going at them. But yeah, he's getting Lara. good fight, Flowz. Whether or not it'll be an exciting fight, I don't know. But good to see that these two are unifying. And to be honest, I think most people are probably thinking that this is finally the opportunity for someone to get Lara out of there. But don't be surprised if Lara pulls something out the bag, because we know Lara's, a sensational boxer, to be honest. And if Janibek Beck fights at a slow pace, good luck. Good luck with that Lara style, boy. But I expect Janibek Beck to. Remember, we saw Lara against, who was it? He was against, was it Danny Garcia or someone? And they fought they fought so slow. I said to myself, you're not going to beat Lara fighting this pace. That 1-2 is laser like with Lara. Like he'll do that all day. So yeah. To be fair, against Garcia, Lara looked good. But then again, Garcia was probably on the decline. I think a lot of people have said, I saw one quote saying how Lara is actually like a fresh 42-year-old. Because he doesn't really fight that often. Like he doesn't really fight mega often, so he's never overexerted. And the way he fights as well, he's very economical the way he fights. So he's actually fresh for a 42-year-old. But Janibek Beck is good. Like I do rate Janibek Beck, Flowz. And I do think he should have enough. I think he will probably fight at a fast, deliberate pace as well. And he possibly could overwhelm Lara with some angles and whatnot. Maybe a younger Lara could have dealt with it, but I think a 42-year-old Lara, we'll see, but it might be a step too far. What are your thoughts on this one, bro?
Yeah, look, I'm always surprised by here. Lara is a champ and still fighting. Shout out to Lara. I hope he wins. I hope he wins just for the story.
Yeah.
But I expect Janibek Beck to win. Yeah. And look, like you say, it's the deadest division. So my eyes are two on it at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, look, that's a good little fight, a unification. So yeah.
The champions in that division, obviously Lara, Janibek Beck's got 2, and Adamez has got the other belt. But yeah, it's a very, very dry division. But I expect if Janibek Beck wins this, no doubt we can expect the Adamez fight to come next, I think, because they've been going back and forth for time. And I guess, yeah, we can get one name, one face. I think that will help bring a bit more eyes to the division. But yeah, I expect Janibek Beck to take this one. But yeah, good fight. Another title fight, Flowz, on the undercard as well. Stephen Fulton Jr. is moving up to challenge Shaq Foster for his title. Good fight, Flowz. Very, very good fight. There's Needle as well. They've both been going at it. Yeah, man. Are you looking forward to this one?
Yeah, this one's going to be good. They've been going back and forth for a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested in this one. Who do you have winning it? That's the question.
I can't actually call it, to be honest, Flowz. This is a 50-50 to me. They're both good. They both lost. They're both taken L's. I think Fulton's lost. Is it just the once to Inoue?
Yeah.
And I think Shaq Foster might have lost twice, but one of them was an absolute robbery. The first Conceição. Do you remember the first Conceição fight where
was that a loss or a draw? Was it a loss? Was it a draw?
I think it was a loss. Let me check.
I remember Conceição celebrating.
That was the one where, do you remember Tim Bradley? What are we doing? What are we doing here, guys? Remember they were. Yeah, and the commentary couldn't believe it. Yeah,
Conceição was celebrating, so he couldn't be. The way he was celebrating, it couldn't be a draw.
They were saying that the way he knows he got a gifted. Yeah,
yeah.
Foster's lost 3 times actually. Twice earlier in his career, and then that split decision loss versus Conceição, which was, and then remember they ran it back, and he won the rematch by split decision. So yeah, to be fair, it was fine because we even said that what. He lost, but we're happy for Conceição because he's been robbed a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good fight, bro. I'm really looking forward to this one. Even though Fulton's moving up, I think he'll be okay at the weight as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. And then the last fight, I just want to mention, bro. Frank Martin's back. The return of the ghost. The return of the ghost. It's so funny. These PBC fighters, they take a loss and they're out for like a whole year. We won't see them for like a year and a bit. It's so funny to me, bro. It happened to Fulton when he lost it in the way. We didn't see him for like a year and a half. Like they'll take one L and you won't see them for a minute. But yeah, Mel, Mal, Plant will lose and you won't see him for a year. Like we still ain't seen Boo Boo after losing to Benavides. But he's PBC now, so yeah, man, it's funny. But yeah, man. So Frank Martin is back up against do you know Rand says Barthélemy? He's a Cuban guy. He's been around for time. We've seen him fight most of the guys before.
Surname rings a bell.
Yeah, he's a 2-weight champion. He's 39 now, so he's old. He's fought guys like let me see that you could think of. He's fought Jose Ramirez, Gary Antoine Russell, Robert Easter back in the day in 2019, Relic. Yeah, Robert Easter, that's a throwback name, boy.
Buddy.
But yeah. Buddy. Yeah. But yeah. Frank Martin, so this fight's at 140, so Frank's officially moved up, which we knew he was going to do. He was always big at 135. So I think, yeah, it might be for one of the interim belts or one of the silver belts. But yeah, nice return opponent, an experienced opponent who he should be able to dispatch. I like Frank, bro. I don't know about you, but I think Frank is good. And against Tank, he boxed very, very well. But obviously, I think that fear started to creep in and, you know, bit him in the ass. But Frank's a good fighter, good boxer. And I expect him to win this and look good at 140 as well. I think that's a calm weight class for him. And he can, renounce himself in the mix with all the rest of these killers. We still got to see the Kishon fight. Kishon's at 140 now, so we still got to see that. need that. I rewatched the clip of when they met face to face. There, so funny, man. So funny. So I hope we get that. I
really think Frank Martin up.
The way he just looks in the camera, ignored him and said, "I'll mess him up." Hey, Frank was triggered. Frank said, "Nah, bro, you ain't gonna say that while I'm next to you. Are you mad?"
Oh, that's a funny clip, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, we did Kishon back, man. It's been a minute. Obviously, I know he took that L with his bro, with his bros, but yeah, man, I kind of missed the Kishon antics still. But yeah, I fully expect Frank Martin to come away with this one, man. Should be a good win for him. But yeah, good PBC card. We'll see how that one plays out. Flowz, there's some, I guess, an announcement we can talk about boxing wise. It's so funny because for like last week I've been saying we were talking about it and still no announcement. Boy, I don't know if it's going to go ahead. I think we saw a lot of fans as well. I saw a lot of fans on Twitter, you know, voicing their impatience, saying, why hasn't Turkey announced it yet? What's going on? But we finally have it now. 31st of January, bro. Starting the new year with a bang. Teofimo Lopez is defending his WBO and his ring 140-pound belts against Shakur Stevenson, who's moving up to 140 to challenge. Obviously, we knew it was in discussion for time. They basically both confirmed it was done. But obviously, with Teo, we never know. But the official announcement's come through now. How happy are you that this fight has been made, bro?
Well, yeah, look, you sent me the poster.
Yeah, the ring.
I was officially waiting for. I was like, once I see the poster, then I'll start to believe it. And look, I'm still not sure it goes ahead.
Still skeptical. Yeah, okay.
Not because I just feel really Teo put out or something, or I just can't trust Teofimo Lopez. I mean, I don't know what Teofimo is going to show up,
and that's fair. Yeah,
my initial thought is great fight because we should see a locked in Teo. That's what my first thought, because this ain't a fight he's expected to just walk over. This ain't a cakewalk. Teo turns up when he has to turn up. Is what 100%.
Yeah.
Same time, again, I don't trust Teo. I can't even tell. I can't even tell. So, well, look, great fight. I think this is what Shakur needs as well.
Yeah.
Because they've been discrediting Shakur for a long time now.
Yeah.
So I think this is his opportunity to show, I'm him.
Yeah.
I'm him.
Definitely. So, perfect opponent, bro, for Shakur in terms of stature. He said that he discredit his opponents, or the people he's beat up, even though we saw cooked a very well-respected champion in Jamel Herring, another well-respected multi-weight, multi-time champion in Oscar Valdez. But yeah, he hasn't fought no one apparently. And Teofimo we know is brash, loud, antics, gets people talking, and is respected as a fighter, despite the obviously George Kambosos slip up. You know, this defeated Lomachenko fair and square, cooked Josh Taylor, cooked Barboza. You know, these are all guys that are considered very, very good fighters. So yeah, man, it's I like this fight because if it does go ahead, because it's a battle of two highly skilled young bulls. You know, they're part of the crop that we said we want to see fight and get in the mix with each other. So yeah, I'm really happy that it's been made, and I hope it does go ahead. And I think we could see, you know, we could treat it as a special performance from one of these guys. I think we'll have to see a special performance from one of the guys for that person to get a W. So yeah, I can't wait for this one, bro. That's a really, really cracking fight.
Yeah, for sure.
And allegedly as well, Flowz, even though it hasn't been announced, I'm hearing rumors. Well, Mal actually said it on, you know, the Brian Custer podcast, is it the Last Stand or whatever it's called? He said, yeah, the date's been locked in 31st, for apparently allegedly him versus Caleb Plant. So obviously we haven't seen an announcement yet, but if that's the case as well, same day as Shaq Tio, that's a great day for boxing. And that fight, for different reasons, we're both looking forward to, I know for a fact. Because someone's got to get back. Well, I say someone, Mal has to get his get back. And this is the best time for to do that because Caleb Plant, as you said, from his last fight, is probably on the decline because he lost his last fight against that Resendiz guy in the Dini. So, yeah, man. But I know the build up for that one will be smoky. Just like the build up between Tio and Shaq will probably be smoky as well. So, yeah, man. Let's get these fights in for the new year. Nice and easy. But yeah, Flowz, I think we can leave it there unless I've missed anything out that you want to talk about briefly. Nope. Perfect. All right, then. Guys, this has been episode 276 of the Strategies of Podcast. Once again, your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know where to find us on the streaming platforms. Peace.
I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
What was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.